discretion is advised.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're out here on the range. I'm getting my gun sighted in. I brought with me the BRK Sniper XR, and this is the Sonoran version in 30 caliber. This is producing just under 100 foot-pounds. It's got a SubMOA barrel. I've got the Magnum version of the 0 decibel out front, and I've just been getting this sighted in. Now, I took this gun with me out to one of my large permissions. We used it for hunting of some good-sized jackrabbits, and I attempted to use it for some feral hogs. It's just a fantastic gun for carrying around. It's very durable, and it's a gun that I've enjoyed using. Now, like I said, I did get this out. I used it. I had a bit of a mishap as far as filming goes, but I figured I'd roll some of that footage so you guys could kind of see what we were doing with it. The fact that I was hiking around with it is just part of testing these guns, so ultimately I can give you guys a thorough review from somebody that actually gets out and uses them. And so I'm going to roll that. I'll bring you guys back, and I really just wanted to get out, have some fun, and get comfortable with how it's shooting. We're out on my buddy Matt's place. We've been here for a couple days. We've been doing a lot of hunting, and for today I brought out the BRK Sniper XR in 30 caliber. It's got a SubMOA barrel, and I'm shooting the 50 grain howlers at just about 100 foot-pounds. Currently I just got my guide thermal up on top. I'm trying to sight it in here for 50 yards. Sighting in a thermal can sometimes be kind of tricky. It can be difficult to spot your shots unless you have some kind of a heat source. But I found with a good, decent thermal, shot on paper produces enough heat to be able to see where it went. And so I was able to get this sighted in pretty well at 50 yards. This gun is a semi-bullpup, so a lot of the weight is more towards the back. And so these are great guns for offhand shooting, carrying out in the woods, and just run and gun type shooting. And the thing that I like about the BRK line of guns is how durable they are. They're not going to scratch. The finish on these is pretty durable, and so I think it's an ideal gun for this type of hunting where we're going into a lot of rugged terrain.
This is it. Got me a new apartment, sky view, 110 yards to that feeder. I think it's about the same to that one. We got the 6.5 Creedmoor, but it don't matter how far away it is. If I can see her, we can reach it.
Alright guys, so we are gonna hike down this trail here, which goes along a fence, and we're gonna set up in a corner where I'm hoping we may be able to spot some of these pigs come through. So this is an area where there was a enclosed ground blind and there was a hay bale inside to sit on. I'm gonna just build a little something here just to be able to lean against that fence pole, and Marley and I are gonna hunker down in this spot against the fence. Hopefully we can spot some of these pigs coming through because there's a lot of traffic. So Marley and I are hunkered down pretty good here against this fence line, and I've got a pretty good view, and I think once we get into evening I'm gonna have a pretty good opportunity here with the thermal, because they tend to come from left to right and straight ahead, so that should be pretty good. And it looks as though most of the shots are going to be anywhere between 15 out to maybe 40 at the most, maybe 50. After sitting for about an hour, Marley and I heard Steve take a shot with his 6.5 Creedmoor, and that sound reverberated throughout the canyon. And about maybe a minute or two later, I started hearing what sounded like galloping, and I looked to my left, and sure enough there was a good sized feral pig charging right towards us. And to conserve battery life on my thermal, I had it off. And when you boot that unit up, it does take probably about 10 seconds. And by the time I turned that on, the pig had already gone through that fence line, and there was really just no way of me even recording it. And so that was kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it's my fault. You know, I should have been a bit more prepared, but it would have been nice to at least have my big camera rolling so I could have recorded the action of that pig kind of charging towards us. And it was a good size one, probably well over 200 pounds. Marley was thankfully barking at it. It is a bit uncomfortable when you're on the ground and you've got a good sized pig charging towards you. So as you guys can see, shit happens when we're out in the field, you know, at least on my end where I'm trying to film everything. You know, it's kind of a bummer that I wasn't able to get the cameras rolling. On my part, you know, I should have left that thermal going, but it is what it is. You know, it was still nice to get out with the gun. I was able to harvest a good sized jackrabbit and spend some time with my buddy Steve, and he had success on a pretty good sized feral hog. Part of getting out on the range is to get some practice in at various different ranges, because when we're out in the field in a hunting situation, nothing's perfect. You know, we're gonna encounter animals at varying ranges, you know, anywhere from 25 yards out to 100 plus yards. And so it's important for me to get familiar with how my gun is set up. And we set out some avocados, and I was able to see the carnage that 100 foot-pounds puts down on those. There's no doubt this is a very accurate gun. It shoots those 50 grain howlers very, very well with the SubMOA barrel. And so overall, I'm very impressed with this gun, and I really just like the build quality, and I like the fact that it is a semi bullpup, and it's pretty easy to shoulder and shoot offhand. Let me know in the comments if you guys have anything specific you want to know. I'll try to share as much as I can. I really appreciate Airguns of Arizona hooking me up with this and allowing me the time to really get out and use it, to be able to ultimately give you guys a full review. But I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you guys enjoy these videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like. We put out new videos every week. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.